No matter how good of a rider we are, when we fool around with big adventure bikes, we often get into regretful situations. Like, for example, to get stranded in the middle of a hill that we failed to climb. As you probably know, these situations can become quite stressful and exhausting, because we will do anything in our power to get our precious and expensive motorcycles out of there unscathed. Well, today I'm going to teach you a legendary trick that is certainly going to save you a lot of energy and possibly a lot of money next time you get stuck on a hill. Hello adventurers, my name is Diogo Guerra and this is OFFroad-OFFcourse. The trick I want to talk about today goes by many names. Myself, I like to call it the hill recovery technique, and it's one of the many maneuvers I want to teach on the online video course that I am preparing to eventually sell on my website. Well, but to fully appreciate the usefulness of this technique, first we need to understand the problem it aims to solve. The situation is quite common. We are going uphill and then something goes wrong. Maybe we lost traction, maybe we missed the gear. It doesn't matter. We stop in the middle of the hill. The first problem is that immediately the bike will want to roll downhill, and most times the front brake won't be enough to stop it, a usually tragic situation. The second problem is that it will almost be impossible to restart the movement. If you failed going up while the bike had momentum, it will be twice as hard from a standstill. The third problem happens when you try to turn around and everything is acting against you. No traction to move the bike, no brakes to keep it still, and barely any reach to use your feet. A nightmarish situation. So now let's learn a way around all of these problems. Step 1. Stall the bike diagonally on your own terms. So, when you are going uphill and you feel that your plan begins to fail, instead of waiting for bad things to happen, what you should do is to stop on your own terms. Always diagonally, not in line with the hill, always to the left or to the right. And instead of just stopping the bike, you should stall it. You can stall the bike by just braking without touching the clutch and the engine will stall, or you can do a little quick flick on the kill switch. Because the motorcycle is not pointing straight up, it won't have such a tendency to skid down, to roll down. And because the engine is stalled in gear, the rear wheel is locked. So you don't have to worry about the rear brake, and you can use both your feet to reach the ground if you need. Step 2. Lean the bike to the safe side. Another reason why we stop the bike diagonally, it's because this way you have a safe side. It's the side facing the hill. The safe side is safe because you can easily reach the ground on this side. And even if you drop the bike, it will be a soft drop. And if you need to pull it up, it will be much easier. On the other hand, this means that there will be a high side or a bad side, and you never want to drop the bike that way. If that happens, it will be a hard crash, the handlebar will hit the ground, probably will break a lever, and it will be very hard to lift the bike from that position, without, dragging the bike across the ground and filling it with scratches. No bueno. If necessary, at this moment it's a good time to, by holding the clutch carefully and also controlling the front brake, to move the bike slightly back a little bit, if you find it necessary, to gain a better position to work from. Step 3. Turn left and right. Now it's the fun part. With the bike leaning to the safe side, always, all you have to do is to turn the handlebar left and right, and the front wheel will start skidding down. And you will get your bike to a position where you are perpendicular with the hill, like this. The more you lean the bike, the more the front wheel will skid, the more movement it will cover with each turn of the handlebar. If necessary, again, just hold the clutch a little bit and move the bike. I will move it away from my helmet, like this. And now I will keep going. It is always very important to keep the weight on the safe side, so you make sure you don't fall to the bad side, the high side. And there are two ways of doing this. I like to jam my leg between the tank and the ground, and this way, you know, I can keep the bike up without using any muscles. You can also just stay away from the bike like this, you know, create a triangle, and this works also really well while you move the handlebar. It is very important to keep your outside foot on the peg all the times. A lot of people have the tendency, while they are doing this maneuver, to hang their leg like this, because I think they have the foolish hopes that if the bike falls that way, they can stop it with this leg. And that's a mistake, because all they are doing is to put more weight on the high side, the bad side, thus increasing the chances to effectively fall that way. So what you want to do is to keep all your weight on this side, because whatever happens, you will fall to the safe side. Step 4. Go down with confidence. Once the bike is almost pointing down, but not completely, because you still want to benefit from having a safe side, then again, you evaluate, you search for any obstacles on your trajectory, and then we get to the most important part of this operation, which is to initiate your ride down the hill without falling immediately. Because a lot of people will, you know, from this position they will be afraid to start moving, and so they will do it very, very slowly. So immediately the front wheel will hit a small rock or skid a little bit, and they will crash. And sometimes they crash to the high side, which is no good. So what we are going to do after I put my helmet is to start the engine and just begin the movement with commitment, with confidence, because that's all you need at this point. So first I look to see if there are any obstacles. I don't see anything relevant besides that rock, but I'm going to go on the right side of it. I hold the clutch, turn on the engine, and now I just let go. Well, and this is it. I hope you guys learned something from me today, and if so, please don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the thingy and to share. See you next week, and happy rides!